it's such a different song. Motherfuckers will be like, wait, this is so nostalgic, but I can't think what it's from.
Right. Hey, that was fire. You making an R&B song out of it? That shit got me amped. That shit got me with hella passion right now. That shit was, that nigga, bro, that boy Roots slowed it down and made an R&B song out of it right quick. This is the conversation realm, and it would be nothing without conversation. Roots actually lives a very interesting lifestyle to where his whole diet is plant-based, so no animals, nothing of that nature, and he takes it to the next level where most of the time, most of the food that he consumes is raw. And I'll have him run you through one of his dinner plates and break down the benefits and why he does it. You got here,
oh my
Mr. Roots guy.
So look, this is broccoli right here.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? I made the broccoli with some seasonings and whatnot. So I do raw food. So raw food, R-A, it's cooked by the sun. So shout out to, you know, all of the greats who came before me, and my mentor, Dr. Adi Slatam, my teacher. You know, he really put me onto this type of lifestyle. But then we got carrots over here, so I kind of made the carrots almost like a tuna vibe, and then I made the walnuts almost like, you know, I guess like ground beef.
Okay.
And then over here we got the this is kale.
And my brother, can you break down to me, not to put you on the spot, but could you break down to me the benefits of what you got going on in that bowl right there?
Listen, so not only do you have benefits from the actual main ingredients, but it's all the seasonings that are in it too, right? So, for example, like this broccoli, the broccoli also got some garlic in it. We all know that garlic is great for respiratory infections and all of that, but
Facts.
A lot of people don't realize that broccoli, even though they want to go on about it being hybrid and whatnot, but broccoli is actually pretty healthy for you, and it actually is a vegetable that has protein. You feel me? There's a lot of great benefits, especially when you're eating the broccoli raw, because you're not cooking out, you're not burning out, you're not killing the nutrients. So yeah, broccoli is great for the blood as well. Then the carrots, what I do is I put the carrots in the juicer, so I get the juice, and then I use the grounded parts of the carrots and I season it up. So it's almost like two things in one. You know, if I get a thing of carrots, we were talking earlier about it being expensive to be vegan. Definitely not true.
Right.
Like if I get a thing of carrots I usually get them for $4, right? Come with like 12 carrots in them. I juice the carrots. I get like a half a gallon.
That's incredible.
Of juice, and I got
you got meal too. You got food.
I got the whole thing, and all I gotta do is hit it with the herbs. You feel me?
Word up.
You know, the kale, of course. Now kale is really interesting because a lot of people, right? They be on this vibe. The carnivores are the people on the carnivore diet. Like this is an actual thing, right? The carnivore diet people, they'll hold up kale and then they'll hold up liver and try to compare them. And my thing is like, look, if you want to eat liver, cool, but nobody is eating kale by itself. You're usually putting something in the kale. So yes, kale does have benefits on its own. It may not be as powerful as eating an organ from another animal, but even if you took an organ out of a cat, yeah, you're gonna get nutrients. The most nutritious thing you could possibly eat in this life is a person, but ain't nobody eating a person. So to me, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of backwards. Like I'm not gonna eat no. Anyway, I'm not going. I won't hate on my carnivores.
Right.
What I will say is I just want to address that real quickly. But with that being said, even in this kale, I made it a few days ago, but I remember I put like some olives in it. And I'm talking about like the real deal olives, like, and what else is up in here?
And those walnuts. What are those walnuts really gonna do for you? Why are you eating walnuts, fam?
Why am I eating walnuts?
Yeah.
Well, number one, it's a great meat replacement.
Fair enough.
For those people who still kind of want that texture, but also the omega-3s and the omega-6s in here.
Talk that talk.
You know what I mean? And these are things that not only from a cellular level our body needs in order to just grow and restore and generate, but it's also what they are is healthy fats. You feel me?
Healthy fatty acids, that's right.
Now, our brain is actually mostly made up of fat. So people will talk about, like, you know, not having fat and whatnot. It's not necessarily the fat that's the bad thing. It's the type of fats that you're having. It's not necessarily bad to have sugar. It's the type of sugar you're having. If you're having the natural fake sugars, you know, the processed, the diluted, the white sugar, then yeah, you definitely, you're gonna face a lot of diseases.
There you have it.
If you have natural sugars coming from the fruits, you feel me? Like coming from something like dates too, honey, like these are things that are naturally healthy. So the thing about it is like really making sure that we're being conscious about what we're putting in our body. And look, I get it. Like even a brother like me, I have my times where I'll eat a vegan meal and I know it might not be the healthiest thing.
Right.
You know, I used to be strict and not drink or not smoke. Occasionally, I might do a little thing, whatever, if I'm in a vibe. But it's like, how do you make sure that you're maintaining balance, homeostasis within yourself, ma'at, as we say in Kemet, in terms of what you're eating and what you're putting in your body, and also listening to your body, listening to your energy. So, you know, I'm really grateful because it's just so much knowledge that is being hidden and locked away. And so a big part of just this is not just this for my body, but to share with my God family. So
Word up.
This is the ageless living cuisine, living food, you know?
Life, looking like life for
Yeah.
sure, Ski. Peace. There you have it.
You done know.
Right
Praise
on.
God. Stay rooted. I wouldn't necessarily be on a vibe where I'm in agreement or disagreement. It doesn't necessarily make me uncomfortable, but I can see how it could be very challenging for society, and even in terms of little children, especially as they're learning. Oh, you know, we're supposed to put on our clothes before we go outside, and it's like, I'm just saying that's what society. That's how we've been operating. So I think when people are challenging that dynamic. Now, based off of my conditioning, I'm used to wearing clothes, you feel me?
Right.
In certain environments, so I feel like taking off my clothes.
And then I was able to catch up with Roots one more time at this cool vegan restaurant and ask him about his transitioning into Roots. Unfortunately, the camera died and the music was playing very loud, so I will put subtitles on this part. I hope you all enjoy and get something great from this conversation. I am here with my longtime friend and collaborator, Roots God. First and foremost, I would like to welcome you to our platform, RHB, A Realm for Revolutionary Thought, and I just want to have a conversation with you and extract some ideas. So first and foremost, who is Roots?
Who is Roots? Roots is the rebirth of such a beautiful life that I was living beforehand, and really realizing that I wanted to be more connected to the divine. I wanted to be more connected to our source, and that created and sparked a journey now of 4 years of me really just refining and learning and elevating and wanting to make sure that I'm using everything that I was doing, like music and acting and teaching, to truly put it in a way that is making sure it's in tune with the infinite, aligned with the divine as much as I possibly can, because of course a lot of us, all of us really fall short.
Absolutely.
To really be fully immersed in a certain vibration, it's almost impossible to do that your whole life. There's experiences, there's lessons that are going to shift and mold you. So it's like, you know, Roots is that beginning. He's a baby, and he's in the beginning of a journey of
The beginning of that transformation of connecting to the source.
Yeah.
That you actually sparked a question in my brain when I was listening to you speak about that transition that you made 4 years ago. Two-part question. One, was that transition hard? And two, what would be your words of advice to
people that are looking to change their environment, change their perspective, maybe connect with an ideology more purposeful and, you know, in tune with the divine or source? So two-part question, actually.
Yeah, so it was definitely challenging. There was difficulty in really making these lifestyle changes because now I'm getting taken out of my normal patterns. But my normal patterns were very self-destructive. For example, during the pandemic, like early on, I was smoking so much to the point my chest was hurting. And when I felt that, I'm like, yo, I can't do this to myself. I can't go down that route. I know what, you know, my body is telling me, and I'm gonna listen to my body. I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna overstand, and I'm gonna do the necessary things. So, though it was difficult to give up these habits, these bad habits, it was very freeing. You feel me? It's like getting out of some chains, and you know, sometimes we get comfortable in our shackles, right?
Any advice to somebody struggling with that transition?
Yeah, my advice would be really to survey your relationship with whatever that addiction is, whatever that struggle is. Look at your relationship and really be like, what am I doing? Like, ask yourself those questions as if you were talking to somebody else that you really love and you really value. A lot of us are our own biggest haters, and we're also, you know, we lack accountability in certain areas when it comes to ourselves and how we move through life, but we want to hold everyone else accountable, you know, and I think that it's a great exercise to be able to practice this sense of discipline and self-awareness, and so much opens up from there. So I just encourage everybody to ask yourself those questions and really take care of yourself. Take care of yourself like better than your parents took care of you. And want better for yourself, want to reach higher, always accept growth and change. People, you know, like, will be like, don't switch up, don't change. And it's like, if you stay stagnant, that's death. And especially if you're doing it with these substances that are deadly. I mean, it's poisonous, it's toxic. So let's start to look at the deeper value of what everything is, especially the things we have around us, the things we're putting on our skin, in our body. What are these ingredients? What could be the possible side effects? There's enough science out there. There's, you know, a great search engine in the internet. We don't have to make excuses anymore. We have to start executing and want better for ourselves.
Very well, very well. Now my camera is about to die, but I think I'm just gonna roll and ask you questions until it dies or the food comes.
Ashe.
So you make music. You did identify yourself as a music artist in the beginning.
You know, I identify myself as everything, you know, because I am of the Most High. We are of the Most High. We are all connected. And music is an expression. It's a vibration. It's a form. And I'm glad to be able to have the ability to use that filter to express